So today guys, we're gonna be showing you some good items to pick up. If you're new, returning, this is gonna be a perfect video for you. If you're a vet, well, there might be a couple items you might need. So the first item is gonna be here right at Roy Benitez. If you guys look at the Haven, yes, we're gonna start in New York City. Let's talk to Roy, and he's actually have a few items you guys might want to pick up. The first item is this SRS A1 just for the attribute of maxed out 12.5% magazine size. So if you don't have this in your recalibration library, hey, I would grab this one. We keep going down and they do have a Cheska holster with 6% critical hit chance fully maxed out, so you can put this in your recalibration library. Also, this isn't a bad piece since it does have crit hit chance already maxed out. It already has weapon damage on there. You could re-roll that hazard protection for critical hit damage, and then you could just max out by optimizing the weapon damage on the holster itself. Or if you want a hazard protection build, well, you could do a lot of things with the weapon damage, max it out, or even roll armor on there. So not a bad piece. Yes, the middle rolls and the top row are halfway, but remember, you can max out one and then obviously just optimize the other one. Still a pretty good piece if you don't have this one. Another one I would pick up. Everything else here wasn't a buy, so we're just gonna keep going on. What you're gonna do is you're gonna head into the vendor that's sitting in the middle, and he has, I think, 1 or 2 items if I remember correctly. So let's head over to him. So right here at Marco, we keep going. Well, right at the very beginning, you have the SOCOM MK16 with maxed out critical hit damage. I would just grab this and I would throw it in my library for that 10% critical hit damage. So if you guys don't have that in your library, pick that up. And let's just double check. Yes, they do have a military MK17 with 15% rifle damage. Another one I would pick up just for the roll. Remember, this is for your recalibration. You buy it and then you just roll it into your library. They do have a Fenris mask that has weapon damage, critical hit chance. I would re-roll the skill damage for critical hit damage and then optimize this. A really good piece if you're trying to build around this. This isn't a bad roll mask at all. So if you guys have been looking for one, this could probably be a good starter piece for a lot of you. And I think that's about it. That's all I really saw here. Didn't see anything else that I would grab. We're gonna head down to the clan vendor. Now remember, this clan vendor is in DC. It's the same one that's in New York City, so whether you go there or here. Now they do have the Forge holster, the RNK holster that comes with 20% incoming repairs for the one piece. But the reason why this is a great holster is because it has 50% shield health, and it also has 1 skill tier, and then you can re-roll that hazard protection for anything. Or if you want to have a Haz shield build, right? If you want to have hazard protection and shield build, well, you could roll that skill tier for even armor and then even be a lot more tankier. Or if you want to be all reds, well, you could put red on there. So yeah, a lot of different ways you could roll this one if you guys are building a shield build. They do have the tip of the spear gloves with weapon damage, critical damage. Another one you would pick up. Pretty solid rolls. They have the rigger holster with skill tier. I would re-roll the headshot damage for status effect skill damage, and that's the way I would go with that one. Aces and 8 backpack I hardly ever use, but they do have one right here, weapon damage, critical hit chance. And if we keep coming down, the only other thing we might pick up is the 8.1% headshot damage mod, and that's pretty much it that I saw here. Now we are going to head to Washington DC, and we do want to head to the base of operation because the vendor at the very beginning has something for us. So once you arrive to the base of operation, what you want to do is head to the vendor at the very beginning, and look what he's going to have. He's actually going to have an Alps Summit perfect tech support backpack with some pretty good rolls. It already has skill haste on there. I would re-roll skill damage for the repair skills, and it has skill tier. So not a bad piece. And if you look, perfect tech support, what does it do? Skill kills increase total skill damage by 25% for 27 seconds. We keep going down. They do have an AUG that's decently rolled, SMG damage, crit chance, damage to target out of cover, and then you could swap out outsider or leave outsider and then max out one of the rolls. They have a military AKM, which definitely hits pretty hard. Assault rifle damage, health damage, damage to armor, and in sync already on there. So I would put damage to targets out of cover on there, and that's what I would run. But I do believe that the new Kingbreaker that is coming out is going to outperform this, but we just have to wait and see. We keep going down. They do have a really good Walker and Harris backpack, weapon damage, crit chance, headshot damage, and already has unstoppable force. So you could just max out one of those, or you could re-roll unstoppable force for any other talent that you really want to run on here. And hey, if you guys have been looking for a backpack right here to get your builds going, which I know a lot of you guys are, well, this is a great starter piece, and then you could build around it. And then if we keep going down, they have a 9.9% critical hit damage mod, and then I think that was pretty much it here that I would pick up. So yeah, now the next 3 items are going to be right here at the Campbell settlement. there are 3 god rolls that you can throw into your library. So the first one's gonna be on this long stick right here. It's a marksman rifle with 111% headshot damage. I would pick this up and throw this into my library. If you guys have been looking for this one, you can keep this one. But the rolls on the damage to armor and marksman rifle damage are a little low. So obviously you would have to re-roll one of them and then max out the other one depending on what you want to do. So yes, this could be a pickup, but obviously the main thing I'm using it for is that 111% headshot damage. The same thing with this SR1, has 15% marksman rifle damage. I would take that off and put it into my library. And then finally, this classic RPK 74 has 15% LMG damage, and I would grab this. So yeah, 3 different god rolls for your library. And not to mention, they do have a decently rolled pitch off holster with weapon damage, crit chance. So hey, if you guys have been looking for something like this, well, there you go. And that's pretty much it. But the main 3 things I would pick up are these 3 items for those rolls, and that is it. Now the final item is gonna be over at DZ East, so we're gonna head there and pick that up. Now once you arrive to DZ East, talk to the vendor outside and check out this mask, this Hollow Man mask that has, it's Yao gear, so already has 10% hazard protection. Look, it has health damage, which always comes on this maxed out, but look, almost a maxed out armor regen roll, and then it has armor in there, so you can roll that armor for anything. So if you're looking for an armor regen Yao mask, this is actually a really good pickup this week. Now it will cost you 152 DZ resources, so you need to go into the dark zone, get some of those resources, and then you can buy this piece. So not a bad piece to farm this week. So if you guys have been looking for this, highly recommend checking this out. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is the vendor reset. If you guys have any questions, if you guys recommend anything I missed, let me know in the comment section. But I'll see you guys in the next one. But until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.